is trying to rebuild and reload and get back to a conference of dominance in college football. So this game has even more importance here today. They cannot afford to lose to a Power 4 school. They've got to show that they are still a conference of significance here in college football, and that will be played out on the field today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. From deep, it's Chambers. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. From the gun, running back gets to give. Powers through the defender. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced.
He's loose on the right. Inside the 30. He's at the touchdown, Michigan. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Turner. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Out wide right, it's Durham. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down to the air. Fires to the wideout. Got a man, it's Brown. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Might as well run him again. Got a little space. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
And the Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. Sends it back in motion. Powers inside. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the Sun Bowl in the West Texas town of El Paso. Some view this as a reward, others an opportunity to finish on a winning note here in the Sun Bowl. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the LSU Tigers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. We are keeping an eye on the weather in this when Holly Rowe has the latest.
I can tell you there is a lot of excitement down here on the field. The energy is electric, and it is gorgeous weather here late in the season. The sun is out, and we are looking forward to some good football. As they say, it is perfect football weather. We're going to get great passing, good running conditions here on the field today. I'll keep you posted on how that plays out as the game goes along. Guys?
We'll see if they can handle the weather in this game. And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. From the gun, the running back has it. Open space at the 25. There he goes to the right. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wolverines! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. He'll bring it out. It's Turner. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Making the adjustment. Motion from the back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Keep it on the ground. Run ends there.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, and making the tackle.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force them.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. They'll go with Durham. still on his feet at the 35. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And I tell you what, Palmer, you see this more often now. You're more willing to roll the dice on your own side of the field. Would you do this? You feel comfortable doing that?
No, I'm more old school, David. I don't got the stones to dial that up on fourth down deep in my own end like that. That's a punt for me, but hey, the game.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
Moves the pocket. It's Levin. Throws to the wideout. Left side is Watkins. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The Tigers are rolling down the field. Running right, it's Durham. There he goes. Running inside the 20. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Incomplete, a 50-50 ball won by no one that time.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Tried to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoke the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken.
He's going to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He unleashes a long one. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job being the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
They boot it away. Looks it in. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. To the air. It's Levitt. Oh, pressure's coming. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
That's a throw the quarterback would like to have back. He forced that one into double coverage. That means somebody else was wide open. The quarterback really needs to be better moving forward, working through his progressions.
Snap from the gun on third down. Makes the grab over the middle. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Just let your guy make a play, right? And if I may, that one went off without a hitch.
Nice job. And I tell you what, you could tell they were honoring the deep ball a little bit, just enough where you could sit that thing down, created enough space as the receiver. QB throws a strike, first down.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They put the brakes on it. The Tigers headed quickly to the line. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Good right down the boulevard. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Handoff from the gun. Turning it on. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Here's Underwood to throw. Reels it in. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Underwood on the play action. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Underwood in the gun on third down. Out wide left, it's Marsh. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Throwing, Underwood. Bought a little time, lets it go. Right side, it's Johnson. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Wolverines, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. On the move. Got enough space, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. He'll try to tack on one more. Having a playmaker like that can get the offense out of just about any situation.
There ain't no doubt. He can roll right, he can roll left, he can do whatever he wants and buy time and throw the football, but you have to defend everything. You have to defend pass, you have to defend run, and you have to defend plays that aren't even called. So good luck stopping this cat.
And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets a block. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown LSU. whipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense, we always talk about offense, but man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So a dynamite play there, 99 yards. He took it back for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. So here comes the Michigan offense. On the move. Oh, he's got some space. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They go play action. Bryce Underwood buying a little time to his left. Working that left side now. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the defense. They had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
That is an example of a defender just stepping up and making a play. He just gave up a big completion down the field. That's not going to happen again. That's not happening on my watch. Right away, that D lineman decides to go after the QB, and he makes a big play.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll run it to the right side. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Underwood unloads to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Just drives it between the uprights. And we are all tied up here in the 2nd.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kid for this young man.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Turner. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Durham. All over him immediately.
I like the idea of going toss to the field, but you got to have better blocking by your wide receivers out there on the perimeter. They didn't get it done, and as a result, that's a negative play.
Looking downfield, it's Levin. Out wide right, it's Green. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
that's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
On third down, here's Durham. He did not make it a stonewall on third down. They want to make sure they get this 4th and 3 play right, so they'll take a moment and think it over with a timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Fields the punt. He's got great speed. Spin, still running. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Finds a crease at the 20. Makes a grab and room to run. They're able to keep him out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
Well, the bad news on defense is you gave up a big completion. The good news, though, you showed great effort making a tackle and getting him down inside the 5-yard line. Effort does matter, and we'll see if they can hold the...
Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Deep in the end zone, it's Turner. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Moving the pocket, it's Levin. Left side, it's Brown. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Got there right as the ball did, jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's got an open man. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
2nd and long here. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Finds his tight end. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing.
Throws it deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. Lowers those pads. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got it in the middle. It's Hansen. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Hit as he throws. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. Looking for blockers. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. And they're trailing on the scoreboard right now, but they are very much in the mix to finish this season with a bowl win.
Yeah, and I think you look at bowl games, sometimes there's a...
Oh, there's an alley to the left. The 40. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, LSU. Great job by the back on the option.
That's why I love this offense running this option play, because if this running back gets the ball on the perimeter in space, he is so deadly and he's lethal. And he showed you right there. This guy's got a lot of tools.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. From the gun, the ground game. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to the well. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Gives it. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Hand off again. Here's some daylight. Enough to move the chains. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
Well, after they struggled running the ball in the first half, you just wonder if this coaching staff made some adjustments at halftime and just said, look, we've got to get more physical, and we've got to own the line of scrimmage. After that successful run, they got to keep doing this here in the second half.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Oh, a double pass. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Tie ball game as we play in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 10. Selling the fake. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got room on the return. At the 30.
Man, what a play. Now you're setting your offense up for great position, but you want to make big plays as a defense. Not only make big plays, return it a long way down the field. You wanted a touchdown, obviously, but you set your offense up in great scoring position.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Looking for running room.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Here's Underwood to throw. Out wide left, it's Hansen. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Lined up in the gun on third down, Underwood. Touchdown, Michigan! They take the lead with the 6. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. You get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
On the return, it's Turner. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
On first down, it's Durham again. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Fires left. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Third and long right here. Back to throw, it's Levin. Looking deep. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays.
Touchdown, Michigan! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
He'll bring it out. It's Turner. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. Breaks into the open. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense and make 2nd and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback, too, to take a breath and exhale.
LSU right back to the line. On third down, here's Durham. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Unloads it left. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's why I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you? Maybe go find him, because they're locked in on that star out wide.
That's a really nice job holding that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all 3 levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
Looking to throw, it's Levin. Wilson open on the right side. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He's looking to throw. Into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
Making the adjustment on the play. Wants to go up top on second down. Out of the backfield, he's open. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Defense way too anxious there, and they just hand them a first down with a penalty. They'll take the penalty and move them back. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. Looking to pass. It's Levitt. Looking for the goal line. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down. They just keep firing. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that 4th down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
From the gun, running back on the move.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And the Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. In the backfield, it's Johnson. There he goes. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Play action with Underwood. Look out. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Man, I love it when my QB not only uses his athletic ability, but uses his head. Nice job here. Nothing open. Don't force the football. You've got the lead. It's the 4th quarter. Nice job taking off and getting the first down.
Throwing, Underwood. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. Long way to go on 2nd down. Give to the back. And
I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Sets his feet. It's Underwood. They're all over him. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Well, you got to give this defense credit. They have hemmed him in all game. There's been nothing for this guy running the ball, whether it's been designed QB runs or on scrambles, and a nice job there with great effort. Taking the angles away, they're able to hone in on him and get him down for a massive loss on that side.
He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. First play of this drive. Finds his man. It's Durham. Turning it on. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. LSU quick to the line. From the red zone, looking for a space. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Going for 6. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. Brought it back to the 6-yard line after making the interception.
And the defense hasn't made many plays today, but who can make those plays late? And this place got really, really quiet just now. They made the big play. They forced the INT, and now a chance to build on this lead and make this place even quieter.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Follows a good block there, picks up 3s out to the 9.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll run it. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Rush right in his face. He's going to take off. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
Well, it's a really nice job there on that 3rd down, trying to get after this quarterback. And obviously they're not able to make the play in the backfield, but really nice job pursuing. You see the athleticism and the speed they have, how they play as a unit together. Only giving up a little bit of a gain and now setting up 4th down.
Not a lot of room to field this one. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Under pressure. Nearly another interception. It'll be second down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Got the first down. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. LSU right back to the line. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Levitt. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep them in bounds. No big plays.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Man, I love being an edge player late in the ball game. You got the lead. You know it's a pass. They got to throw the football to get back in it. Flying off the edge. They can't block him. They can't stop him, and he gets the sack.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing out.
And guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Snapped it, and he has to have it. A shot toward the end zone. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And listen, you had to take a shot. You got to make something happen. Somebody has to make a play and to get back in this ball game, down a couple of scores. And now the defense has to come out, make some kind of miracle happen, maybe score, and then you got to kick and get an onside. A lot of things have to go right from here on in.
And he stopped right there, no gain on the play. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Underwood. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Timeout called by LSU. That's their second. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Moving out to the right. Fires on the move. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And just like that, the defense comes up with a play to seal a victory in a bowl game. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early.
And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Just feeds the running back. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. The defense will take a timeout, 25 seconds left to play. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. Chance to build a little momentum here by converting this third down from deep in your own territory. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That delay of game penalty pushes the offense back even closer to its own end zone. Still third down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Got his man. They'll get him stopped at the 18, and this offense creates a little space for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Now, a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to make sure he doesn't secure the catch. Elite coverage.
And a short run there, and that'll end it. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one.